Hello guys, welcome back to Chloe My Chihuahua, and today I'm going to be showing you my mechs and my bonus builds. Builds that I built after the most recent showcase. Anyways, let's get started. First I'm gonna show the mechs. Here's my first mech on this account. Its name is Bastrucon, and it's a Japanese battle mech. Yeah, inspired Japanese battle mech? I guess you could say that. It has a hover mode, where these thrusters pick it up just enough to let it hover. Pretty cool. A minigun, and a rocket, of course. And the weapon is what gave it its name. As you can see, there's a nice faceplate, some arm pads, power core, whatever. And I really like this mech. It's a good mech for my first build. First mech. Here's the second version. This one's a more interesting weapon. The hinges for spikes. Again, has a minigun, rocket, and then the third one, which is a saw. Pretty cool. And then the last version, which is the second version of the saw. Spikes on the side of the saw instead, which I'd say is pretty cool. And that's all for that mech, along with its 4 different weapons. And then the next one's pretty crazy. So, you could probably see the name, but it's called the Mega that. The name. And me and my friend have this crazy idea to make a Megazord that's made out of shat. Crazy, right? He goes by the name of Arcade Goose. And has a, well, made, or like, whatever, has a bunch of shat creatures that he makes and has made. So, the ones that he made a long time ago, he had a bunch of them, and we decided to make them into a Megazord. I combined them for him. It took a little while, but it looks really cool. It's, like I said, that's the name right there. It can jump, punch, move its arms up and down, has a wee submachine gun. Pretty funny. Oh, there we go. Wrong seat. Has these nice big beefy legs from one of his shat walkers. Literally. These are like all creations combined into one. I'm not kidding. It's true. Most of these parts you see here are from some of my shot creations and some of his. But most of them are his. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like I said, jump, walk, and punch. And it can also self-destruct. It's explosive shat. And then I have the crazy idea to make a version 2 that's like wheels instead of legs. And yes, of course the boost is the exhausted fart. Why wouldn't I do that? That's kind of funny. It can still punch, of course. Can it still self-destruct? No, it cannot self-destruct. No more. No more of that. But yeah, this is a faster version of it. I'd say it's a pretty interesting version. Oh, no, it can still self-destruct. Yay! But yeah, there's that. Next mech. Oh, I love this mech. This is my second attempt at mech. This little guy is an anime battle mech. And his name is Chalmar. He's the protector of the deep sea, or ancient sea in this case. And he wields 2 blades. He can also do this little run to like charge at you while holding the blades backwards. He doesn't walk the nicest, but I haven't changed the walk because it's just like mech logic is hard for me and all that, but yeah. Pretty cool little build here. And he can't really do much though. Just walk, cute little walk he does, and do that. That's all he does, though. But yeah, pretty neat little mech. Go to the next mech, which isn't actually mine, but I made it from a YouTuber. I gotta use mouse controls for this one. Mouse and keyboard controls. Here we go. Is Wemplar's flight suit. Which is pretty neat. Yeah, I'm not very good with keyboard. Don't tell Scrapman. I'm pretty sure Yuzi's fine with me playing on controller. If I tell him, he'd be like, alright. He wouldn't really care. But yeah, I tried my best to copy every detail from it. Like the line around the helmet and the colors. Pretty cool. A fun build. Next. Oh man, this one's crazy. This wasn't like the Shat thing. The Shat mech. But it's, I have this crazy idea to turn a small plane into a mech that would protect airborne, like, speaking of mech, my bad, not mech, massive turbo. Technically the Turbo Zord. And this one has aimable cannons, but that's what it's stuck with now, just Turbo Zord with aimable cannons. There's no second version. However, there is a version with a hoverboard, which is pretty cool. The cannons are angled down already so it can shoot in front of it. It can put its wings forward for cross shooting, which is pretty neat. Crossfire, my bad. There's thrusters here. Hold on, what button is it? A. It can kind of fly, kind of. But yeah, it's mainly just for walking and shooting, but it's a pretty cool mech. This one took a pretty long time to build. And also was a very fun build. And then here's a alternate version. Yeah, I built a whole hoverboard for him to ride on. Pretty damn. Very laggy. Just so laggy. My friend complained at me when I brought this out and showed them. They said it's cool, but it lagged the game so bad. But yeah, I'm really proud of this build too. And then, since it can't really slow down, because it's a hoverboard, there's a flap that I can put up to help it slow down. Which is the only way for it to slow down. Oops. Yeah, this is a pretty cool build, too. Very laggy. The hoverboard was a huge pain to build. It was a pain. Next, not really a mech, but I put it in here anyways. Flailbot. A little bot that can run around and use thrusters on its maces to empower its swing. And it can also do two different attacks. The spin attack, which is a little glitchy if you get hit by it, I think. And then the... what was it? There we go. This attack. It can spin clockwise and... oh shoot, what? Counterclockwise. Clockwise and counterclockwise. Pretty interesting little bot here. And if I take it off a jump or anything, it'll survive it because it's got suspension. See? It's completely fine. Just one of my goofy little builds here. Next. This is my biggest mech, I think. Yeah, it is. Sword and shield bot. Has a sword, a claymore to be exact. Weird. Interesting. What the heck? Wasn't doing that before. They lowered the strength on the rotating servos, didn't they? That's stupid. It used to be stronger, but with the update for the mechs and stuff, it kind of ruined it. Really? These legs are from a tutorial I found on YouTube. Simple mech legs tutorial. They work very nice. Well, with the update, gosh dang, they work very nice. It also turns a lot better. Nice. Update fixed my mechs. I knew it would. Improve them. His head can turn as well. Pretty neat. His shield is just stationary. But, yeah. The torso was designed by me. The sword and the shield. But not the legs. Next. I have two different versions of this one. Big one and small one. This is Warwalker. My bad. This is the Warwalker MK1. This one uses very simple logic. Just two OR gates to walk that are connected into each other with certain output. It can fly. Too. And this little thruster here is actually two different controls. One for making it walk forward better, and the flying to make it go forward. Pretty neat. Has turret arms, got a submachine gun there, and then a cannon. Yeah, the cannon's got recoil. I thought it'd be pretty cool to add that. And then the seat can open up, you can hop out. Pretty cool little mech. Next, the big version of it, which is the crazy version, I could say. The Dom. Warwalker, Destroyer of Madness. This one is crazy. It's very beefy. Well, how it walks makes it seem like it's a heavy mech. Has a submachine gun. Using those, you can put conviction to the gun. That's for aesthetic. Sadly, it didn't work how I wanted it to, but it still looks good. This is lockable as well. Got the cannon to shoot planes out of the air. Flat cannon. And then the last attack. Pretty cool. This one cannot fly, it's too heavy. Pretty cool design I got here. Let me face it towards the sun. There we go. And this whole thing I made myself. Most of these builds that you see, like I said, I make them myself. And then my favorite mech, the Techie Bastion. It does not walk very well though. I just don't like to walk, but this one is really cool because I custom made the shotgun and I made it look like a prosthetic part or whatever. Can't really say leg because I don't think a prosthetic leg looks like that. But yeah, this is a very heavily inspired crossout build right here. And no, sorry, Mech Arena. There you go, Mech Arena. But the gun is crossout inspired. And if you look closely, you can see some recoil there. Got the turret mode. Yeah, I gave up on the turret mode. See how bad it is. It is pretty cool though. And then the rocket launchers. Which, how do these work again? A, there we go. With consecutive timing. So each one goes off after the first one goes. Pretty cool. But yeah, this one can't do much, but look cool and shoot. And then my mechs, my 2 mechs out of the builder, or sorry, blueprint folder. This is the techie bastion, but this is how I really want it to look. Athletic. Fully animated arms by me. Pretty neat. Pipe sword. I couldn't wait for the laser sword, so I made a pipe sword. That looks like the laser sword. These legs are by Nebula Dude. Very, very nice legs. Go subscribe to that guy. He really helped me with this mech. I had to go through so many iterations of legs for this mech to make it walk. And it just didn't want to walk. It was so painful. And thankfully, I had that. But RB is just not turret mode this time. I got rid of that. Like I said, it just puts these out to make it look cool. And then the actual mech, which is Mechs update. Got the sword. I didn't have the hilt or the DLC yet, so I just put a second energy sword underneath it to make it look like a glaive. Pretty cool. Had that attack. First attack. Oh, wrong button. And then the second attack, which is usually the lethal blow. Yeah, the bend isn't very nice, but who cares about that? And then RB is to activate shield, animated, fully. And then instead of pressing RB to put those back or out to the side, they do it themselves. Okay, pretty nice. This is literally just no function. That's a Javelin Mark 1. Javelin MK1. I chose Javelin because it's just a athletic mech. And then the Mechs mech. This one's goofy. Kinda looks like chubby Optimus Prime. He works so well, though. If you can't tell, I used the mech skeleton, but don't yell at me. I was not gonna build another mech. I was just gonna build around it, and that was harder than I thought. I should have just built a mech. But yeah, still can do all of his stuff. The template can. I love the logic on these builds. These templates. So cool. He can't do anything else, just be a sword robot. And look like chubby Optimus Prime. Goofy. But yeah, this is the mech I want to build for the Mechs DLC. And then, like I said, the bonus builds. Don't mind these ones, these are from Stranded. Yeah, that plane. I decided to go ahead and make a plane capable of grabbing all of the salvage on the large floating island that contains logic gates, all the logic. And there's like 7 salvage pieces. So I built the plane to go up there and get them all. I couldn't get one, but I got 6 and brought them all down and put them in the collector. And then thankfully there's another one of my friends in the server, so he was able to get all those logic gates too. And then the salvage drone I built actually looks very nice and it works quite well. My plane and my boat. Okay, now the bonus builds. One of them I will have to switch maps for to make it, because it won't work well on this kind of terrain. But I can show you what it does. It's a drift car. Little RC drift car. So cute. The camera had problems for some reason. And I gave it to the guy that was in the server, and he immediately fixed it. I'm like, what? I'm like, seriously, dude? I'm like, what was the problem? I don't know if he told me or not. I forgot. But yeah. Pretty cool. Love that build. And then, of course, I couldn't go without a truck, so I built one. And a ramp for it to jump. I forgot the flames. Gosh dang it. I just realized that. This one's a little RC trophy truck. RC trophy truck. And it also has its own ramp. And I used an electric engine, or whatever. I said electric engine to my friend. I called the Triton engine that. And he's like, it's an underwater engine. And I just cracked up. But the truck can actually make the jump. Oh, come on, game. Trailmakers, seriously? Hey, at least this is what Trailmakers truly is. Trailmakers physics, full action. Oh yeah, it has a bug to where if you press LS or move LS when you're on the detachable block, it will bug the steering, so it'll like have a set direction or set like slight turn on the wheels, and it's kind of irritating. Okay, come on. Yay! There we go, made the jump. Finally. Okay, there's an RC trophy truck. Oh, shoot. It has lights. I cannot turn them off after I detach it, though. And mega ramp. Just so you can see what it looks like. Uses the mech foot, golem mech foot for support here. And it's connected by this lawn beam. And then my race buggy, redefined. This one's really nice. Simple tail fins actually help it glide this time. Well, the other one didn't really have that function. This one has that function, so when it comes off a big jump, it's not going to die. And it can also do backflips to help it slow down its landing. and front flips, which don't work the best. Hold on, let me try it. Yeah, they don't work the best, like I said. But yeah, the redefined race buggy. And of course, it can fit through the jump. Okay, that was operator error. Try that again. There we go. Pretty cool. Oh, these are my favorite. Oh gosh, you guys are gonna love these. Let's just say this is Blue True Fire inspired builds here. These two. And Yuzi. This is heavily Yuzi right here. RC Flying Energy Dagger. This was a Thirst Sword I made. Thirst Flying Energy Sword I made. The seat was too heavy, so I had to make it RC. There's no other choice. But it's pretty cool. Can do this neat spin attack. It's actually spinning in place. It's just the camera looks weird. But if you stare at the center, it's actually spinning in place. It's spinning from the center is what I meant to say. My bad. Favorite flying build out of all of my flying builds I showed you, guys? And then the second version, or different one, Flying Energy Master Sword. And this one is a claymore. This one is really fast spinning. I put the gyro max speed for this. It's so heavy, the blade is so heavy that it could not spin. And then inside the blade, there's actually hidden energy swords. So, it looks really cool. And as you attack, it'll break away the metal covering the energy swords. And when that happens, this thing becomes very, very deadly. Because it can just slice through anything with its spin attack. Watch. What the heck? Okay, whatever. And this one is not RC controlled. Little logo here. It's technically just a future Master Sword. Kind of. But yeah, pretty cool. And they're both Yuzi inspired. And then I watched Cabello Clashers a lot when I was sick a couple weeks ago. And I decided to build a battle blade from the show. It's not really Ollie's ratchet blade, but it's still a blade. But yeah, I went full detail for this. I tried my absolute best for every possible detail. But I think I only did the details that really mattered, like the blade, the top of the blade, which is like the designs, and then the blade itself. Like the wheels, the body. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. Even though I did not do Ollie's blade, I still have the Dragon Blades spinner blade. And it does actually do some damage. Pretty fun. Really enjoyed building this build. And then a couple more, or technically the last one. I'm actually going to go on Race Island for this, so see you there. Okay, there we go. I'll just let you read the name for itself. Oh wait, won't even show. Hold on. Project 1 Hypercar, Dynair Industries. Or whatever. No, its name is Dynair. But this hypercar, I'm really proud of. And my friend Rexter actually added that detail back there, Rexter Island, and gave it a custom paint job. Pretty cool. Anyways, time to see how fast it is, you guys. I know how fast it is. Its top is like 180 or something. But yeah, it is pretty sick. It also has boost. And just a very hypercar inspired design overall. Here's what it looks like with boost. Pretty neat. Anyways, I'm just going to finish this race and then do the little outro. Not race, lap. Here we go. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you want. This has been @Chloe My Chihuahua. Peace.